Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. How are you? Okay, we've been talking about for the last several months your mental mindset and what is the mindset that you bring to work each Monday because it's so important to your success. Well, I'm going to shift gears now and I'm going to talk about a new subject. We're going to talk about mental toughness because you need it. We're going to talk about what it is and why you need it. And then over the coming weeks, I'll give you some tools to help you develop your mental toughness. All right, so what is it? Mental toughness, think about it like strong mind, right? It's a mind that has strength. Or a definition of mental toughness might be the ability to use your mind to go through tough times, to face some fears, to overcome obstacles, to do what you've never done before. That's mental toughness. And you develop mental toughness over time. It's just like physical training. So mental toughness to the mind is like physical strength to the body. And it's important because it's going to help you get through the tough times. You've got to have mental toughness. And in business, you absolutely have to have it. If you just think about fundamentally, why are we in business? We're in business to serve our clients. We're in business to add value. And when you stop adding value to your customers, you'll be out of business. So what does that mean? You're either bringing them something they want or need. You're providing a service or a product that people want or need, or you're helping them problem solve. And as you go through business, what you're going to learn is what got you to a certain point, what got your clients to a certain point isn't going to get you to the next stage. And so as you push through, you're going to have mental toughness. All business people know it, and it's a skill that's developed over time. So if you're going to succeed in the long term, then you've got to have mental toughness. You know, the world is just moving too fast, and it's a skill that we all need. Maybe you already have it. Maybe you learned it early as an athlete. That's a great place to get mental toughness training, right? Because in order to learn a sport, you start developing skills, you learn discipline, you have to show up, you have to push through when it gets hard, they don't let you give up. Mental toughness training through sports is a great way to learn it. Or perhaps as a student. You know, when you're a student, you have to learn mental toughness because everything that you do when you're learning, you've never done it before. It's all new. You're stretching the brain. You're having to focus. You're having to think and learn about things that you've never done before. Well, that's mental toughness. So you probably already have mental toughness inside of you. You've probably already developed it, but you need to tap into it if you're going to grow your business, if you're going to sustain long-term success. So for me, my mental toughness was developed early on through a work ethic that my parents instilled in me, and it really has served me well. My ability to work through things has given me lots of mental toughness. Now, you might be able to outsmart me, but you can't outwork me. And the other thing that has served me well in business is my ability to stay laser focused on where I'm going. The ability to just drown out the noise, the negativity, the naysayers, because you're going to have that in business, especially when you're in a people business. And I'm focused on where I'm going and what do I need to do right now to take that next step forward. That's mental toughness. And so I want to help you develop that. I want to help you be good at that and progress your mental toughness. So if you were to rate yourself right now or rank yourself as beginner, intermediate, or advanced, where would you be? So like a beginner is someone who really hasn't developed mental toughness yet. Maybe you give up when things get hard. You just quit. Or worse, maybe you never get started. An intermediate has developed some mental toughness, but they're selective in it. They do it when it suits them, or they do it when they need it in order to move forward. But an advanced person is going to really leverage it as a strength. They know that mental toughness is a game changer. It's the difference in surviving and succeeding. It's the difference in getting ahead because you know you control your mind. You know that you can take in a lot of information. You can take in a lot of stimuli. You can, be influenced in a lot of places. But when it comes down to it, you're in charge. And that's mental toughness at its best. And so what I want you to do this week is I want you to think about a tough time that you went through. A time that was really rough. And maybe you didn't even know if you were going to make it through. Maybe you didn't even know how to put one foot in front of the other. And what I would say is, if you're watching this video, and you are, you made it. You did it. You got through it. It may not have been pretty. It might be something you never ever want to go through. But if you've been through an experience, and we all have, I know we have, that you just think, wow, how did I make it through it? That's the beginning of mental toughness. And so what I want to do is share some tools with you over the coming weeks of how you can develop your mental toughness. And so the first tool that I want to give you is the way that I like to mentor people, and that is to start in your strength zone. I want you to think of something that you do well. I want you to think of something that you decided you were going to be good at and you learned how to do it. So I want you to write down 3 things. I want you to write down how did you learn it, because you didn't know it, right, to start with, something you're good at. How did you learn it? And then identify when you hit a rough patch, when it didn't become easy, when you thought you couldn't keep going. Identify that. And then think, how did you make it through? What did you do? And by physically writing it down, you are now owning it, and you will be able to use that and apply this same exercise as you continue to develop your mental toughness. So what I'd love for you to do is to put in the comments section here one thing you've identified that you made it through, a mental toughness. And then I want you to do, if you want, you could put a code name in. If you don't want to put, that ugliness down, put a code word down, just so you know it. And the reason I want you to do it is because that's the first step in moving forward. It's really like writing it down. And since we're on social media, put it down here. What you write in the comments might just be the thing someone else needs to know to go, okay, I can do that too. Somebody else has been through what I've been through. And then, if you will, write down the 3 things that I just asked you to do in the exercise. Identify, something that you're good at. How'd you learn it? Just put in 1 or 2 words. It doesn't have to be a full-blown. Then identify when it got tough, and then how'd you push through it? Okay, I hope this helps you this week as you think about mental toughness and really building that muscle of strength in your mind. You'll have a great week, and I'll see you next week.